Okay, so this is going to be the simplest way possible to plan out your Black Friday campaigns for your email marketing, for your SMS marketing, and it's going to work pretty much for any brand because every calendar is going to be quite different. And the main thing to realize, I feel, with Black Friday in general is that an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. And if you're able to effectively plan out your campaigns ahead of time, and you know exactly what's coming up, at least on the email and SMS marketing side, it can relieve a lot of anxiety. It can actually just make the whole period of time a lot more enjoyable. Of course, there are so many things you're going to be juggling, from supply chain to fulfillment, to the ads, to the creatives, to make sure you don't have account bans, to having extra staff potentially in the warehouse, all this kind of a thing. So at least if you can get this stuff off of your plate, or at least just get this boxed off, it's one less thread to be running in your mind, at least at one time. So this resource I'll pop down into the description of this video, but I just want to run you through it in terms of how it should be used for best effect, right? So this is something that we send to clients, and it's really, really effective. So what we want to do, we're actually past this now, it's the 16th of October, but Canadian Thanksgiving is where this would start. Some brands will push Canadian Thanksgiving. I mean, if the main bulk of your customer demographic is in Canada, then of course that's going to be a holiday that you're going to run. But essentially what you want to do are three things here. So you want to find the holidays that you're running a promo for. You want to figure out what's the cadence, so how many emails are you going to do for this, and then what's the promo and offer going to be. So what are you going to be running? So here I have like kind of the main dates here. You kind of have, for all different demographics, depending on who you could sell to. We have Canadian Thanksgiving, we have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we have Black Friday, we have Cyber Monday, we have Hanukkah, we have Christmas Eve, Christmas, Boxing Day, or St. Stephen's Day, depending on what you call it, New Year's Eve, and then like just other December holidays, just in case there are other things on, and other things to kind of write those below. Notice something here that's quite interesting. Cyber Monday is actually in December this year. 2024 is a leap year, so it's kind of made November a bit shorter, actually, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, basically we will have a Cyber Monday in December. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting period of time. A lot of our clients are like tracking kind of like the week from Black Friday on. So they're going to track that week going into December. So part of the week will be in November, part of it will be in December. So that's kind of how they're helping to get kind of clean comparisons versus last year and so on. But it's just to note that we want to be sustaining our momentum going into December. Now, what you will notice, depending on all of the holidays that you're running, is that you will notice that once you fill out this sheet, your calendar kind of makes itself, because you're like, okay, working back from here, Black Friday's on here, we're going to do 4 emails for that, we're going to do 3 emails for that, or we're going to do more. And then you start to realize that like your days, as you're making your calendar, your days start to get really compacted, and you're like, okay, I only have small pockets here. And you're like, okay, well, now we don't want to like fully bombard our list, so we're gonna go in and we're gonna probably hit some different segments and so on. We're gonna change up who we're sending to. But when you do this, you will realize that your calendar makes itself. So when you're thinking, oh god, I have all these emails to plan out, don't go email first, go holiday and event first, and work back from there in terms of what the cadence will be, and you will find that the calendar makes itself. So that's the first thing to realize. Now, what you want to do then to help the calendar make itself is use this doc to fill in all of the gaps. So are there any other notable dates? So are there product launches going, bundle subscription launch, new site, like new landing page? Is there anything else going on? A lot of brands will actually release new products around the time of Black Friday. So if you're releasing a Black Friday collection, just note that there, like that's going to need a lot of airtime as well. So you'll start to realize that your calendar starts to get clogged already, and at least it solves one problem in that your calendar is now fully made. But yeah, it can kind of just be hard to fit everything in sometimes, right? So will you have assets for holiday campaigns? Yes or no? Are these there? If not, when can you expect to have them? What's the shipping time frame going to be? This is really important for December, because it's going to like kind of fill in this gap from Cyber Monday, or if you push Hanukkah as well, or sorry, Hanukkah is later on in December, pardon me, from Cyber Monday up to Christmas Eve. For some brands, especially if you have kind of let's say bigger products to be shipped, your time frame in which a product's definitely going to get to someone before Christmas Day could be as early as like the 13th of December, right? So you have to factor that in. You want to work back from there. This is a really nice way to pull in urgency, and you'll see a huge surge in sales in the week leading up to your shipping deadline, because you can just inform people about this. So I highly recommend adding this disclaimer for shipping times, and just like adding in urgency in that way to keep like a really nice sustained December. Be like, you want to get this in time for Christmas. So you can just have like really nice, consistent, high revenue email and SMS campaigns that go out there when you're just mentioning this simple fact. That they need to get their stuff in time for Christmas. You can be mentioning this in early December. Obviously Cyber Monday, you'll probably be pushing that messaging for most brands up until about, December 4th. And maybe like for a lot of the cyber messaging still out to like December 9th. That could be very common. And then from there, you have a full week of campaigns you can do from like the 10th on to, let's say, the 16th, if that's your shipping deadline, or up to like the 17th or even 18th. Just want to like be really, really tight and like know exactly when that shipping deadline is. You can say, look, this is the last time you can shop and actually get your stuff in time for Christmas. So here with this sheet, grab it from the description below. You can see the calendar does make itself. We'll be offering gift cards. This is just good, like once the shipping deadline has been reached, so you can kind of just have like another surge in sales of like, hey, we know you probably missed out on this, but you can get a gift card and you're guaranteed to get that because it's just going to be delivered straight to your email. Then like filling in the gaps here. So like now you can see like the calendar is kind of made here. Like you've worked backwards in a very simple way. Just tick some of the boxes in here, just see how many emails you want to do for each, and then look at your calendar and be like, oh my God, this is already made. Brilliant. Then we want to go into the design. Do you want to use holiday colors? Like, are you okay with using the kind of greens and reds you would associate with Christmas? If not, you're just going to stick to brand colors. Any design elements to avoid. So yeah, this is kind of going into like, Santa hats. You can just list these here, like Santa hats, like candy canes, or, snowflakes, or other things that are typically quite Christmassy. And then are there any design elements you want to include? So, different things you definitely want to have on there, and so on. And we'll move down here to marketing. Are there any specific segments to exclude? Are there any specific segments to include? Do you prefer bundles or discounts? Bundles, discounts, no preference. So you can kind of build out your offers from here. I generally go with like discounts here, just a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier for you and easier for your fulfillment team, all in. Maximum discount that you're okay with doing. How early are you willing to kick things off? And then this is just an internal thing for when we meet people to discuss this. So really, really simple video, but basically the whole message is like, use this cheat sheet and work backwards to make your calendar. Don't make it as easy for yourself as possible. When you think of it in terms of, I have all these campaigns to make, it can lead to a lot of anxiety, and it can just lead to you thinking, Jesus, like, am I actually going to be able to get all of these done? Am I going to be able to like fill up the calendar? But then when you start to really look at November and you look at December, you realize there's actually not too much real estate with all of the things that you're going to have going on. So, super quick video. Grab the resource below. Any questions? Drop us a DM or an email. On Twitter or LinkedIn, or even just comment on this YouTube video. And yeah, we'll put another video somewhere kind of up on the screen here for you guys to watch as well, which should help with your Black Friday. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.